And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, but hopefully you already are. Welcome to another Thursday edition of Dan Who Live, where we recap the week that was in the world of Marvel Legends. And woo, was it an exciting week, I say very sarcastically. But nevertheless, we are here all the same to talk toys, and I cannot do it on my own. Let me bring him in. The co-host with the mostest is, of course, displayed once, aka Rich.
Woo!
Exciting week for reveals, right, Rich? Woo!
Oh my god! Like honestly, the reveals this week blow my mind. Like this June, just cannot believe it. Cannot wait to see what's coming up. If this is like, I don't know how they can, how are they going to get any better than this, Dan? How are they going to get any better?
That 2017 re-release Build-A-Figure Hulk. Oh, how did they know? How did they know?
Everyone on top of all our most wanted lists. Everyone was like, "What do we want?" An MCU figure of Thor Ragnarok's Hulk. I mean, I was my number one pick. My number one pick for the last 5 years.
That Hulk is currently in a box. It's not even on display because I knew the re-release.
You knew the new one was coming.
Exactly.
You were waiting. You just knew that.
Okay, we need to tone this down. We need to tone this down. We can't keep this level of excitement for the whole stream. So we're toning it down for a little bit. But as you can tell, we are definitely very excited. Maybe not about this week's reveals. But we appreciate you all joining us. Whether you're here live or in the replay, again, always let me know in the comments below. But I will come and say hello to the people that have joined us here live on the Thursday evening. So let me get through the housekeeping. We've got some new Marvel Legend toys to talk about, and then we've got some Marvel Legend news to talk about. And I also want to sort of dissect what is coming in regards to the world of Marvel Legends, because all the waves that have been revealed are now in hand at some point. Mark Tat, thank you very much. I can see that. Is that a Patreon thing? I wouldn't even bother. But thank you very much. Channel memberships now. That's where I'm plugging. But yeah, all the Marvel Legend reveals that have been sort of announced this year are all here now in hand. All the waves, all 6 waves, all the 10th anniversary sets. They're all here or on the way, at least. I think most people have them. So we're curious what's next and when are the next things getting revealed. So that's what we're dissect. But let me do the housekeeping first and foremost.
I think you got a second Patreon thing then.
I did, yeah, from Ali.
Yeah.
I think it's a delayed thing, to be fair, because I don't use Patreon anymore. But if you're still on my Patreon, honestly, get gone. Don't worry about it. But I appreciate you all the same. But I do appreciate you. Right, I also appreciate everyone watching the long form content here on the channel. It is a week for Legends and Liquor, people. All right, the 4th of June. This week is a Legends and Liquor week. So, as we've been having a lot of new people getting involved this year, I want that streak to continue as we roll into the first stream of June. So please, I'm encouraging brand new people that have never been on the show before. You get priority as always. Hit me up, become a channel member at the Members Club tier and come and join us for Legends and Liquor this week. All right, brand new people, as I said, I'm trying to encourage it. Always happy to get new faces on. Where is it again? Let me play it again. I'm lost. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Hang on, I'm back. Am I?
You're just too excited with that Legend news.
Oh my god, honestly,
there.
it's just a black. I'm back. Sorry, I'm messing around. Buttons going crazy. So yeah, if you want to be on Legend of Liquor this week, please start hitting me up. Justice for George. George, if you're
Justice for George.
I think George has left the channel completely now. To be fair, he's not even a channel member anymore. But George, if you want on, you're first on the list, my friend. But there are some other people that hit me up last week that I'm going to prioritize. But again, Legend of Liquor, floodgates open. Let me know if you want to be in. I've got a lot of stuff to reveal this week. I'm not going to talk much about it on this show. We're going to focus on Marvel today. But Legends of Liquor, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So come and join me, talk about some new toys as we sort of roll into this sort of San Diego Comic-Con season, if you will. There is also a full brand new episode of Turtles and Tea with me, the Super Turk 5000 Tanner, and we had the special guest of Nostalgia Unboxed. Always a fun time, but please do go and watch that stream. Always fun recapping. Luckily, the day we did it, there was loads of new Turtle news, so it felt like we were relevant with the news rather than behind with the news, so it was good timing. And of course, it's G.I. Joe June, so me, Tom and Mark will be back very soon with a dedicated Joe's and Juice, but we may start off Legend and Liquor with a little G.I. Joe June special, if you will. So lots of stuff to talk about as always, but I appreciate everyone getting involved with the long form content. And if you want to contribute to all the long form content and the reviews and just all the other nonsense absence and keeping the lights on in the Dan Who household, then please do. Anything over £4 or $4. Friday, our talking robot assistant will read it out loud, interrupt the show with your comments, be a part of the show as well as contributing to the channel. Much appreciated. And again, that big button, that big join button, hit it and you can literally be on the channel you are supporting. It is as simple as that. Thank you so much. Again, it's a brand new month and it is a month of Inner Circle as well. So if you've been thinking about it, Inner Circle last time was a lot of fun, all right? Go and watch the last one if you're a channel member. So it's an Inner Circle month, so hit that join button. Let me say hello to some people in the chat. Again, I've got pinned at the top of the chat right now, the Turtles and Tea link. I've also got a little question for people, all right? Very simple. What Spider-Man is better? Peter 1, Peter 2, and Peter 3? I'm not giving you any context. I'm not telling you in what sense. Just simply asking the question, which Peter's better, all right? So far, Peter 2's leading with 40%, but it's very close because Peter 1 has 39%. So poor Peter 3 only has 21%, sad times. But it's close. Now it's joint. Now they're both 39%. See, it's very close. Peter 1 and Peter 2 very popular. This is exciting. I told you, an exciting week of Marvel Legend news continues here on the show. Let me scroll up and say hello to some people. Who was in first? Okay, so from what I can see The Fossil, Hobby, Little Leaf Creation says, evening all, happy Thursday to yourself. Jay's Tools Collection UK says, evening all with a triple pow. Evening Jay, how you doing? Big Will building the new displays, getting that risers in there and adding some more layers to it. I see you, Will. I appreciate it. Honestly, risers make a difference, and now Will knows. Paul McCarthy says, free Spider-Mans. Oh, my weeping wallet. Evening all Who crew. Yes, and if you're in the US, that Spider-Man set is due very soon, but we will discuss further. Damien's around. He says, evening all. He says, all three are fine, but really, the really award goes to the Spider-Man and his amazing friends one, to be honest. Again, everyone has their preferred Spider-Man. My most favourite Spider-Man in any form of media, I think, is the 90s animated Spider-Man. But that I'm biased about that. What's your favourite Spider-Man in media? Not so much comics, but, in media.
In media...
Any cartoon, any movie, anything
See,
like that.
I do like Andrew Garfield. I think he was a good Spider-Man, especially the first Amazing Spider-Man movie.
I agree. I like Andrew. I like them all. But the votes are not saying that. The votes are 21% for Peter 3. Sad times. Maybe they think Peter 1 is Andrew. See, I thought we'd have this confusion. We've got Nick, Big Will, as I said, Lady Mac, Home Dude, Kurt K, Arvin, Jelly Figs, Mark Rose, Adam's in the building. How you doing, Adam? Mr. Batman himself, or Batman Moran. Instadan, who's going Disney this week, who I'm very, very jealous. John Rectangular says, hello, fellow kids. Hello, Rectangular. How are you doing, my friend? Exciting week for Marvel Legend news, right? Am I right? You didn't have that Hulk on your list, did you? Ha-ha. Ha-ha. They gotcha. I'm joking. Who ordered that Hulk? Nolan, Ashaholic, Fortress Maximus, Jason Lopez, the retweeting king, Disavowed Action Figures, the Wolfpack, Miguel's in the building, King Black Bolt. Shh, don't say a word, Black Bolt, all right? Keep it down. RP, Daniel S, Robert, Fiendish Frank says, what's up, everyone? Always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to have you here, Fiendish Frank. So yeah, lots of names. Craig, Clockwork Orange, Cheeky Monkey Kiara says, hello Kiara, how are you doing? Phil Jones, much appreciated. Shout out to Phil Jones, by the way, who was in Vegas last week, and he went to a Target trying to track down those Ant-Man figures for me and Rich, and he went and asked to check the back, and he just happened to find, maybe he was super nice and it worked out in his favour, but they checked the back and they actually had the figures he was looking for. So thank you very much to Phil. We'll be getting those Ant-Man soon. But if you are in the UK, just real quick detour here, and if you're after one of those Ant-Man figures, the new comic Ant-Man, it has just popped up on In-Demand Toys, in stock as well. So if you're in the UK and you want this new comic Ant-Man figure, it was currently not available because Hasbro Pulse hasn't even brought it into UK themselves. It was a mistake, apparently. Comic and Cocktails had some import stock that sold out. So currently the only other place in the UK to have this in stock is In-Demand Toys, all right? So again, go and get it if you want it in stock right now. Astonishing Ant-Man. Lackluster of accessories, but still a decent version of the character that I'll be quite happy to add to the collection for sure. Would like to know Mass Head, but I'll take it. It's definitely better than those gangly Toy Biz versions. Toy Biz has got to get out of here. Nothing in the Toy Biz line holds up anymore. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. We've moved on. Okay, and also let's talk about what toys we actually have got this week. So our Ant-Mans are on the way, thanks to Professor Hillphone. Thank you very much, Phil. But this arrived this week, and you know I'm very happy about this. There he is. This is mint on card. This has never been opened. Oh wait. Hang on, let me just close the bottom. Yeah, this has never been opened, honestly. I've got multiple of these. I haven't yet, obviously. But I did do a review on the channel of Craven. I told you, Rich, didn't I? We're in June now. We're in the 6th month of 2023. And retro cards are still here. After you saying they were dead for so long, I've got the proof in my hand.
Yeah, me. Everyone's saying they're dead. Yeah, it was always me. Yeah.
So yeah, Rich was wrong, people. Retro cards are alive and well. They never died. They never went anywhere. They were here the whole time. And Craven is further proof of that. If the last Spider-Man wave I've just reviewed wasn't already proof of that. Retro can't get enough of retro cards, but when they're on this Spider-Man back in, I will take each and every character. I'm not even lying. But go and check out my review. I tried to do a decent comparison of all three versions of Craven because I think all three versions of Craven represent a slightly different iteration of Craven, so you can pick which one you want for the shelf, but this one is undoubtedly the animated series Craven. Not very stealthy, to be honest. He's meant to be a stealthy guy in the jungle and stuff. That would stand out, he's bright yellow, but they felt it was a good choice for the cartoon, and it undoubtedly was. Did you have you gone in for this, Rich, or have you skipped this one?
I've skipped this one, but he's in New York, isn't he? So he's obviously like in the Broadway section for the Lion King. He's hiding out of there. Peter and MJ gone to watch The Lion King, just about to get it. There he is. He pounces on him, doesn't he?
Oh, boy. Yeah, very clever, sneaky bastard. But there he is. Go and check out my review on the channel right now, as well as the rest of the Spider-Man figures. I'm not the only person with these figures, but I did get import stock from my in-demand toys. No secret there. So I have done individual reviews for them all. So if you want to check them out, they are on the channel right now. Currently, the most popular one is Electra Daredevil, which we all assumed it would be. Behind that, though, a close, this one I didn't expect to be as popular. Miles Morales is the second popular one there.
Oh, he's not. Ben Reilly is.
Oh, okay, Ben Reilly. Okay. Well, he's a third then. He's third. Okay, third. Still, I wouldn't have expected Ben Reilly to either, to be fair. But there you go. So Ben Reilly is a close second. So Ben Reilly in silver medal, and Miles with this bronze. But overall, the figures are nice. The figures are nice in hand. I always say that, though. When you get a figure in hand, it's always just better. But
and if you were MCM last week, you could have picked them up at the Inderman store.
Exactly.
And if you could also pick these up at the Bandai UK store as well. The new Tekken figures, only announced this week, already in the UK.
There you go. Rich has got a little exclusive himself there. So have you got like a little Gameverse cube there, or with your fighting? You're all in on the
Street Fighters. I'm in on. I've got loads of different fighting ones. I don't tend to display them, but like the Tekken figures that have been released, I mean, like Storm Collectibles, expensive, like too much for me. But these ones, like £26 each, like quite decent. They come with like little effect pieces,
pinless as well, right?
Like that. Yeah, completely pinless, and they got like loads of articulation. They can stand on one leg, like Heihachi. They've got like a double jointed neck. Is that like they've got a joint at the top
at the neck,
and down at the bottom. Yeah. And they've got like the drop down. You can see better on this one actually. They've got like the drop down hips as well on the seat, so you can like move them up and down.
So you got a butterfly joint. That's a big drop down as well. Has he got a butterfly joint in the thing?
He hasn't got a butterfly joint, but he's got like a drop down shoulder as well.
Okay.
Like that can move up and down, but yeah, no butterfly joint. But yeah, quite good articulation for a Bandai figure. Anyway, I think these are quite decent.
No, I'm happy with that. That is the scale now, isn't it? The 6-inch scale. I love seeing these. I think
these
lines.
These are 7-inch supposed to be. So they are supposed but they tend to like next to Marvel Legends. They're pretty much in scale, even though it says 7-inch.
You can make it work when you're posing them up all fighting and stuff. You can make it work.
They're not too bad, like.
Very nice. The more the merrier. I do love seeing more licenses at the scale that we collect. Again, it's all about world building and crossing those streams on the shelf. In regards to other Legend news, I do have the Bros. So I did get a couple of these. Did you just get I just seen one box for you, right? You just got the one.
Yeah, I just want the pretty one. That's the one I wanted.
Okay, that's fair. I did end up getting 3 of these. So yeah, it's never fun when the invoice comes. It's easy to pre-order them, isn't it? When you pre-order and you worry about paying them later. Then when the invoice actually comes, you're like, oh shit, yeah, I've got to pay for these. Maybe I don't want free, but I'll have free now anyway. So yeah, the Tracksuit Mafia. So now we have some people for our Hawkeyes to fight. I'm assuming these are going to be in Echo as well later this year, right? Because Echo's in charge of the Tracksuit Mafia. So I'm assuming these still have a part to play.
Show up somewhere.
Yeah, these should still have a part to play in the MCU. And like Rich said, you get a likeness of one of the actors, but you also get another likeness, and then just a generic balaclava head sculpt as well. So it's a pretty decent army builder. Lots of weapons as well. All I can say, expect to see Hellfire Hank playing some golf very soon. That's all. Probably. But yeah, there's a Molotov cocktail in there as well. So there you go. So that's my other legend pickup this week. So I probably will do a review of that in the weekend, but there are reviews out there, so it's no rush on that one. Another Marvel-related thing, but not so much Marvel Legend. Continuing with the 616 X-Men and Aphex game, I've went in on the Magneto. Now, they did the AOA Magneto first, didn't they? Which I completely skipped. Yeah. But no, this is the one I've went in for. So I'm all in now for the X-Men. Do you reckon, Rich, they're ever going to get to Beast? Mayfex Blue Beast.
They might do. They seem to be sticking to like the more human characters. Also, I think it'll be like because Gambit is next, and that's the next one.
No, we've had Gambit. We've had Gambit.
Who's next then? We had Storm. Have we had everyone? That's
announced. What I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So we've got to see.
It'd be else. Rogue then. It'd probably be Rogue next.
Yeah, Rogue's one.
Beast is like we need a lot of new tooling, won't it? For him, that's what I think.
Be very popular though. I do think a Mayfex Beast would be a very popular figure.
But if you want Rich M's money, you know you gotta do
Jubilee.
Then I might backtrack and try and buy Psylocke back off you.
To be fair, I haven't got any of these on display yet. I open them up, I have a little play with them, but then they go back in the box. Like they need a dedicated shelf. But they are premium, of course. They're like triple the price of Marvel Legends, but they are the premium import items. This is from Hobby Link Japan. No imports on this one, thankfully, because I was an idiot last time and ordered 3 in a row. Shouldn't have done that.
Next time you and Craig go to like one of your conventions in Birmingham, I'm going to come up, see Amanda, tell her the price of everything.
Oh, shit. There's stuff just hidden away.
So many holidays. You can go on holiday for a year, Amanda.
Look, she can still go on holidays. I'm not stopping her. But I can't afford to go on holiday. That's my problem. Have you got anything else this week?
Oh, I did get this old man.
Old man! We love old men action figures here. So Raiders of the not Lost Ark, is it? No, it is. No, wait. No, it is Raiders of the Lost Ark. No, it ain't. It's the third one. What's the third one? Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom. What's the third one? Fuck.
Last Crusade.
Thank you. The Last Crusade. Yeah, my bad. I had a brain fart then.
I thought you'd get it at the end.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. So he comes with the Fountain of Youth water, right? The chalice.
Yeah. And they all come with quite decent accessories, I think, with these ones.
They're scene accurate accessories. The Club Obi-Wan figure came with a bloody shish kebab skewer, a little diamond, a little antidote bottle, a big sword. Yeah.
I do not know where that diamond is, but it's here somewhere in the carpet. Yeah.
So they came with loads of scene accessories. That will probably never be on display because you're scared to knock them over. But I've had to glue the tab in on my Indiana Jones's gun, so his rope doesn't whip doesn't fall off.
That is annoying. That is, it just keeps coming off. And also in non-Marvel Legends, I got this.
Ah, okay. DC.
Zatanna, New 52. This was the only New 52 female I was missing, and Phil Jones was in Vegas, was in like a toy convention.
We actually found it.
Well, no, he was like looking, and there was a stall selling all these. So I was like, have they got a Zatanna? Because it's the only one I'm missing.
Yeah.
So like I Googled for a picture for him, and when I Googled for a picture, there was an eBay auction live because someone had like listed it under the wrong thing.
Oh.
And, like I was in a bidding war for one of these back in like February, and it went up to like 90 quid, and I was like, no, that's too much. So I had this one for like a bargain price. So yes, finally completed all my New 52 girls.
That's a good little hint and tip you've just give people there. Do an image search on Google and then see if there's like any eBay listings with that image search, because someone might have listed it wrongly, so you wouldn't find that on eBay otherwise. Very sneaky. Thank you to everyone as well who corrected me in the comments. The Last Crusade, The Last Crusade, The Last Crusade, The Last Crusade, The Last Crusade. Yeah, my bad. I had a brain fart. I've seen the bloody movies, all right? I know what they are, but Rogue or Beast, yes, absolutely. Mayfex have got to continue with the with the X-Men, but none of us have been announced yet. Like, I think they're up to date with the Jim Lee X-Men at least, so they're due a reveal, and I tell you what's a good place to start revealing stuff, San Diego Comic-Con, which is next month, so we should find out very soon or later. But let's talk about this week's reveals, okay? Again, me and Rich were very excited for this one. Hang on, let me just shake it off again for a second. Woo! Okay, here we go. It is, of course.
Oh, come on.
Come on. It is, of course, the deluxe.
Oh, man.
Hulk.
Can't believe it. Cannot believe it.
We were
Look
waiting
at
for
it.
this one, weren't we? We were waiting for this.
Wow. Look at it. I know, chat, take a minute, calm down, calm yourselves.
Can I get some woos in the chat? Can I get some fire emojis in the chat?
Those emojis are going to go mad now.
Fire emojis in the chat, please.
Oh, my
Come
God.
on now. This is...
Look, even Cheeky Monkey Kiara, she didn't even collect
she
legends.
knows.
Even she's going to get this one. She's loving it.
She knows. Fire. She's also showing some love. Thank you very much, Cheeky Monkey Kiara. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay, so this is the Marvel Legends Deluxe Hulk from Thor Ragnarok, Gladiator Hulk, of course. That was previously a Build-A-Figure. So they are continuing that sort of trend of many years after the Build-A-Figure, they are releasing it as a single pack deluxe, which I don't hate that concept as such, because I understand
because if they use it for figures that people are like, oh, I really want.
Yeah, exactly. Give me a Space Venom, all right? Like I know me and Paterni are on Twitter. I sold my Space Venom ages ago like an idiot. Like, and now I regret it. I sort of want it back for a modern Guardian sort of display, Flash Thompson. Anyway, so there's a few out there that I have got rid of in the past. So I am not a completionist on the Hasbro Legends, but there are a few characters that I do eagerly wait a re-release. This was not one of them, but as you can see, the chat loving it. Fire emojis in the chat from everyone. So yeah, I don't know what to say here. My actual Build-A-Figure for this, Rich, right? Like, yeah, the film's great. It's not one of my... people really love this Thor film, right? Which is... It's a great film, but it's not up there. It's not even in my top 10 Marvel movies.
It's the best of all Thor films, I would say.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. Thor film's terrible. This is undoubtedly probably the best Thor film, yeah. I do like the first one, though. The second one I don't hate as much as others, but yeah, it's better than the fourth. The fourth one... Anyway. Gladiator Hulk, great design. Would have preferred a comic Gladiator Hulk in this sort of modern Legends era, but I understand there are new collectors getting on board every day, and sometimes some figures are harder to backtrack. Now, I don't think this Hulk was in the category as harder to backtrack. I could be wrong, because I've not been in the market for one, so it's not like I've looked recently, but I would have assumed that this Hulk Gladiator Build-A-Figure, I think that came out twice. Was it not part of the Avengers Best of Wave that year as well? So it was part of the Thor...
I think the UK one, yeah.
So,
I think it was.
There have been 2 opportunities already to get this Hulk. So they have give you the extra head, which I think... Did we get the extra head previously anyway? The deco has been updated as well, but otherwise, it's just a straight-up re-release of a Build-A-Figure that doesn't really make sense. It's a 2017 film of like a very scene movie-specific version of the Hulk. I don't know who was asking for this one, to be honest.
I know exactly what's happened to you, Dan.
Okay, go on.
They've announced the Gladiator 2 sequel to the Russell Crowe film, so there's publicity going on with that. And BBC are bringing back Gladiators later this year.
God, they actually are.
We showed off the new Gladiators, so Hasbro thought, look, we're getting free marketing with Gladiator. What have we got? They've got Gladiator there. Shall we do a new Shi'ar Gladiator? Shall we do the Gladiator from Daredevil? No, let's re-release that Hulk that no one remembers. Let's do that again. That's what they decided.
Yeah, Dan Yoon as well. I love Dan Yoon. But he was hyping this up. He had reveals for Tuesday, the week prior. So, like, he's genuinely making us all... Don't get me wrong, he's a marketer, so he's doing his job. But he's making us all get excited about some reveal coming Tuesday. Then he posted up a picture of his computer, like, loading, and we're thinking, he's got this reveal waiting to show with us. And then he just retweeted this from Game Rant, and we're like, what? Is this it? Like, this it? So, again, if you missed out on the Gladiator Hulk, then yeah, you go, have at it. It's an Amazon exclusive. It has been redecoed, so it is more movie accurate. The advantage of getting a figure after the movie.
It looks like a step straight out of the movie now. Look at it. It's like looking at the movie there. Wow.
Yeah, look, it's fine. It's absolutely fine for what it is. Again, but for me, I don't even have my version I have on display because it's too much of a specific look for the Hulk to fit in my universal sort of MCU display. So I actually have my Gladiator Hulk and my Thor Ragnarok Thor in just an MCU tub upstairs. They're not even on display. So, but again, other people out there may really love that film. I know it's a lot of people's favorite MCU movie. So this may be the Thor they want. And I do always say to people, like I do realize I'm a hypocrite sometimes, because I say, I want the best version of the character available, like in plastic. So if they do, because I'm well aware, I can't take the piss too much of them re-releasing MCU figures with a slight change, because I know there's a best of wave coming later this year, and I'm gonna buy all those fuckers again. So like, I don't mind the idea of them re-releasing popular characters with an update or a change or something to make it more movie accurate. As the figures on my shelf, I do want as movie accurate as possible, but I do think there are lots of other builder figures and even characters in the MCU that people were clamoring a little bit more for here. So yeah, not much to say on this one. Do you even have the builder figure, Rich?
No, never appealed to me. So yeah,
yeah. So just genuine, like, so of course, me and Rich are just being typical sarcastic Brits. Some people out there probably genuinely think we're really excited about this, but no, we're just being really sarcastic. Look, it is what it is. We understand. We're not those grumpy shits online where if you don't want it, just don't buy it. That's how we live our lives. We don't want it, it's fine. We don't buy it. But I am curious. Is anyone out there getting this one? Like, genuinely, like, not taking the piss. I'm just curious. Anyone out there, did anyone not get the Build-A-Figure Hulk, seen this and go, do you know what? Yeah, I'm in for this, or I'm in for an upgrade. Genuine question. We've got over 100 people watching us live right now. If you're in the replay, let me know in the comments of this video. What do you think of this Hulk? But genuine question. Is anybody getting this Hulk?
Adam Moran said that he didn't finish the bath, so he will be getting this one.
There you go. And that's what it's there for. So obviously the market is a little bit smaller when they're re-releasing, but Hasbro must be aware of that. If they're re-releasing a figure, they must know that a majority of the fan base are going to already have the figure.
Home do too. He wants it as well. Look, there we go. We got two people in the chat.
Two people. All right. It's not going to sell out on Amazon. I think you're safe. lads. But no, it is for those people. It's for the people who missed out on the Build-A-Figure, the people that got onto Legends late and just don't want to bother tracking down. To be fair, when you sell a Build-A-Figure separately, you'll probably, on average, get about £50, £60 minimum for a Build-A-Figure, depending on the character, of course. But just in general terms, over the years of collecting Marvel Legends, I reckon a £50 is the going rate for a Build-A-Figure, all right? It saves you from tracking down all the figures, saves you a chunk of money. I think it's fair to say 50 quid is the going rate for a Build-A-Figure. So I think this is £40 for the re-release. So I don't think the pricing's too bad for what it is. I know we bitch about the pricing recently, and fair dues as well. But I do think for this particular release at £40, it comes with two heads, lots of hands, movie Pacific. It's a decent figure for what it is. So again, if you want it, it's not a bad option for you. But Alcat1 says the Diamond Select one was way better. Yeah, I do. Diamond Select do the bigger figures a lot better for sure. I never had the Gladiator Hulk though, but I have no doubts they did. Absolutely. So yeah, I know they've done a couple of really good Hulks recently. To be fair, yeah. Tell you what, Diamond Select is going to go up on the aftermarket now. Do you know the Diamond Select movie Lizard from Spider-Man 3? Or Spider-Man 1, yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man 1. They did a Diamond Select did a Spider-Man 1, the Amazing Spider-Man 1 with Andrew Garfield. They did a Lizard, which has just rocketed it on the aftermarket now. Like, you try and get that, like, crazy. So there are a few Diamond Select ones out there that go crazy. But okay, just looking at the chat real quick. Majority of people obviously not in for this, but again, it is what it is. It's for the people that want it. So that was Dan Yoon hyping that reveal up. We love you, Dan, but reel it in a little bit next time. Reel it in, all right? Give us the hype for new reveals, new figures, new characters. When you know a re-release is coming, just reel it in, all right? Reel it in.
Hang on, hold your horses, Dan.
Okay.
Because there was two reveals on Tuesday.
That's what I'm getting into. That's exactly.
Get into the other one, which is like, whoa! If you thought this one was blowing your socks off, wait till you see the next one.
Okay,
wow.
So if seeing one figure that you'd already seen wasn't enough for you, how about some product shots of the figures we knew were coming as well? So I understand what they're doing here. This is a popular set. Like, we're the sort of, I don't want to say hardcore fan base, but let's be honest, from the outside in, we are the sort of hardcore Legends audience. But when you go into those generic Hasbro Pulse live streams, doesn't matter what the live stream is about. They could promote it as X-Men live stream. The chat is just lit up with casuals and just genuine like fans that are like No Way Home figures. Where are the No Way Home figures? No Way Home, No Way Home, No Way Home. So there is clearly a massive audience for this. So undoubtedly these are going to be very popular. Whether you're like the price point obviously is a point for conversation, but let's just break down the figures here. You've got brand new Tobey Maguire Spider-Man in Marvel Legends, brand new Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in Marvel Legends, and then a slightly tweaked, updated Tom Holland, but not as accurate as it should be to the scene, and we'll break that down in a second. But just first, before we start dissecting this, now we've seen the proper images, are you in on this, Rich?
No.
No?
It hasn't got any alternate heads. It's like, no, I'm good.
Do we know if the alternate heads are coming in the future?
We do not know. Nothing has been confirmed.
Nothing's been confirmed. Nothing. No one knows. To be fair, again, we're not naive. We know Rectangular's list is out there. Shout out Rectangular. And he leaked a No Way Home list for later this year, right? So we're all assuming, because let's be honest, a lot of things on that list has been correct so far. Virtually everything on that list has came to fruition, all right? So there's no we're not doubting the list. But it's not been confirmed yet. So I think a lot of people are genuinely doing exactly what Rich is doing and holding out.
Ragnarok Hulk win on our list.
I told you, that's what I'm saying. Not everything's on his list. He's gutted about that one. He's like, damn, I mean, they got me. But on that list, he does say that these Spider-Man figures are coming individually with heads. But I think it's fair to say, even Rectangle would admit this, he doesn't know how they're coming. So it could be like civilian versions of all three Peters. You don't know if that's going to be the Spider-Man versions, all right? So until officially we get shown pictures or whatever, technically, even though we sort of know, we don't actually know yet. So right now, this is the only official way you can buy the free versions of Spider-Man in Legends.
And to be fair, pictures don't always mean everything, because with the figure arts, we saw pictures and then that got unannounced as coming with alternate heads. So there's obviously like actors' rights, that kind of thing going on with these as well.
This is what I'm saying. So until things are revealed, we don't actually know what's coming. So, and I do think this is going to be one of those sets, which is sold out twice already on Pulse, by the way. Like, it came in stock, and they basically revealed this yesterday to show the pretty promotional images of the actual product shots, because it's in hand now. It's in hand in Hong Kong, and it's due, again, the US guys can help me in the chat, but apparently this is due in stock on Hasbro Pulse US on the 6th of June, which is next week. What are you laughing at, Rich?
I was laughing at Rectangular. He's heartbroken about not knowing about the Hulk.
I knew he was. I knew that. He's like, they got him. He says, I'm hoping. Yeah.
And Dan Yun is in the chat as well, and he said that he was on about the Spider-Man. He was not on about the Hulk when he was.
I love you, Dan, but reel it in. Like, we need sort of a level of hypeness for your tweets, because I'm guilty for it as well. I'm guilty for it. I see one of his tweets and I'm like, right, let's milk that for all the news we can get. But no, these are, again, I'm in for these absolutely. Like, brand new, completely pinless, newly tooled bodies, all unique. The only thing missing from this free pack, let's be honest, is the interchangeable heads. If we had those interchangeable heads, I think this pack would be fire, and a lot of people would be all in on this. But like Rich says, some people are holding out for the hope that we get those interchangeable heads at a future opportunity. But for now, as I said, officially, this is the only way we know we're getting these Spider-Men. So let's break these down. So Tom Holland, first and foremost, again, updated because they've now painted the web lines on him, which they didn't do on the previous one, which I think is on the shelf behind me. There he is. So this one didn't have the black sort of detail in the web lines. The web lines are sculpted in there, but they weren't painted. So they have added that deco for the web lines, which does make a difference. I do like that. But in the scene, if you actually watch the movie, in the scene, he doesn't have these wrist gauntlets that are on his sort of forearms. Now, it's this very, 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 very small thing. But like we were saying a minute ago with Hulk, like, some people want the most accurate versions from the movie scene into plastic, into action figure form. So, yeah, the forearms, he didn't have these wrist gauntlets. So, to be fair, they probably should have switched out those arms. But it's still pretty solid for what it is. So, there's Tom Holland. Next up, so there's Tom. Next up, we have the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Now, he's got the web line sculpted on there, completely pinless. He has better articulation than Peter, because Peter has the swivel at the waist and then the crunch, where both Andrew and Toby have the inverted diaphragm joint. So you got the ball joint up top with the crunch as well, it seems to be. or maybe 2 ball joints there. But either way, an extra level of articulation on the sort of middle, as well as it being, as I said, pinless, sculpted detail, and the lines have got like they were saying in the video with Dwight and Ryan, it's like a silvery sort of grey web line, which is accurate to the movie. If you watch the movie, they're not straight up black lines. They have got a little bit of a glisten to it. So I do like that element on this, and I think he looks really good. Like aesthetically, if you showed that a Spider-Man fan and said which live action version of it, you'd undoubtedly say it's Tobey Maguire. And the exact same with the Andrew Garfield one. Sculpted web lines. His are painted black. He's got his own Spider-Man logo on the chest and on the back. Completely pinless. Same updated articulation. Again, apart from missing the interchangeable heads, both of them come with 3 sets of hands, which is what we want as our standard for our Legends Spider-Man. Both of them come with a web line, which, to be fair, I like the custom ones with the bendy wires and stuff. Do you know the ones that people make? But these do a job. If you, again, like pose like that, I've got a couple of Spider-Men on my shelf pose like that right now. But for what it is, Rich, if we didn't potentially think we were going to get more No Way Home figures, and let's be honest, Ryan and Dwight did also tease that to us in their little reveal video, because Ryan did say to Dwight, it was a popular film, there may be some more figures on the horizon, all right? So we know there's potential for more figures. But if they wasn't, would you be on this 3-pack? If this was the only way to get these, are these...
Well, I think I might be sold now. Dan, take the hand off the Spider-Man in your hand. Take the hand off. Yeah, take the hand off him.
Oh, the hand.
Take the hand. You are you dickhead.
I was like, take my hand off it. All right, off on the floor he goes. I did not do what you just asked me to do, though.
You did. There you go. Simon says.
I did exactly what you asked me to do. You wouldn't have the cuffs come off.
Take the hand off the Spider-Man figure. You can pull the gun off, Dan.
Oh, pal, there you go then. Happy days.
Oh, you got an accurate figure now, way!
Honestly, it makes a fucking difference, doesn't it? Oh, fair play. Let me put my hand back on Spider-Man. Let me take both these cuffs off. Who in the chat was telling you that?
Dan Yun, he's in the chat.
Yes, Dan. See? That's what we need, Dan, on the commentary. That consistent commentary. Look at that. You can literally take off the gauntlets. There you go. Pal, there you go then.
I'll review this figure.
Pow. There we go. So, now what can we complain about it? Hasn't got the updated articulation like the other two. It's still not good enough, Dan. Still not good enough. Hasbro need to get their act together, all right? If you've not heard YouTube, we're not happy. So, but the gauntlets come off. The gauntlets come off. I am only joking, of course. There you go. There you go. Happy days. Cool. Now I've just lost my gauntlets. They're on the carpet somewhere with Rich's diamond from Indy.
Teddy's coming for him.
Oh shit! Don't get me started. Ted's freaking me out these days. He's starting to get a taste of my action figures. Beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, would you be in on this set if you didn't think they were getting a potential further release?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, but you're holding out for those in masked heads.
I'm holding out, yeah.
So
but it's like this could backfire on me, and it could be like this is like the Mojo, like this is like the well painted version.
Yeah.
Then we're just gonna get these, but like not with the painted web lines or whatever.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's like it's a risk, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. I'll see you all in December when I'm on eBay trying to bid for these. But there we go.
Look, these are due very, very soon. We're already seeing in-hand pictures from people overseas. So, again, 6th of June, it says on Hasbro Pulse US. Did you guys confirm that for me in the chat? In the UK, though, it is a bit delayed. So, thanks to Rich, we've got this updated image of what's coming in regards to Marvel Legends. So, again, thank you to Rich for putting it together. Give it a quick screenshot if you're in the UK. This is always helpful, especially when trying to plan the budget. So, in yellow is everything that's been revealed so far in the month of May up until now. And then here in the red is what we're going to start expecting this month, okay? So first up in June. So me and Rich are going to run through this and sort of try and calculate if we can afford it. In the first thing to arrive in June, of course, we've just got Ronan, the new updated Hawkeye, the Kraven, and then the Tracksuit Mafia. So these all came the very end of May, all right? So these are officially May releases, very, very end of May. So first release in June, we've got there is Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Build-A-Figure wave, the Cassie-Land Build-A-Figure wave. What are you in for that wave, Rich?
I really want Cassie Lang. I've got Kang pre-ordered, and that's it. Because I was like gonna like wait for the rest of the wave. But I want the Build-A-Figure more than anything. So, if anyone doesn't like Cassie Lang, hit me up.
There'd be people out there. Like again, there's always someone out there that wants the figures and not the Build-A-Figure.
Well, give it 5 years and she'll be an Amazon exclusive. But...
Single packed. I tell you who won't know, rectangular. You won't have a clue. She's coming. Yes, obviously I'm in on this Build-A-Figure wave. I would have preferred Cassie at regular scale, not going to lie. I'm still hoping for potential of a Cassie Lang sort of that sort of scale, but we shall see. Time will tell. But I'm in for the Build-A-Figure wave all the same. Of course, it's got Crosshair, Egghead, and who's the other comic one? Future Ant-Man, right? So
Future Ant-Man, yeah.
Yeah, so which Phil Phone's already found in Vegas. He's got one step ahead of us. So they're out first. Underneath that, we've got the Super Adaptoid. Now, MCU Collector already has a review up. I think Big Bad Toy Store managed to have them in stock, so a few people have them in hand already.
Canada as well, it's also available.
Canada's the new UK when it comes to distribution, that's for sure. I told you, toying around. Get on it. Chris with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I'll let Friday read that out.
Chris donated $10. Cell-shaded Spidey was so hard to get last year. Walmart sucks at doing pre-orders. So now I have 2 Cravens coming all the way from Australia to the US right now. So excited for that one.
Chris, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Cell Shaded Spidey was so hard to get last year. Walmart sucks at doing pre-orders, so now I have to get 2 Cravens coming all the way from Australia to the US. So excited for that one. Yeah, absolutely. That is the advantage in the UK sometimes. We don't have to worry about the Target or Walmart exclusives. So, yeah, this was pretty easily obtained. I got one from Pulse, and I've got one coming from In Demand. So, yeah. But again, I always say to people, if you're in the US and you need help getting something, I'm happy to help you out. I've helped out many a channel member. So, again, if you're showing love to the channel, I'll show some love right back at you, all right? So, not a problem. But if I can help where I can. But, yes, Chris, if you're a fan of the Craven from the animated show, then you will not be disappointed with the figure. It looks great. Thank you very much for the super chat. Super Adaptoid then. So, where are you on with that one, Rich? It's one that, like, it is accurate to what it's meant to represent, I think, at least. Not 100%, but it does the job. But it's the price point I don't like on that one. That's what puts me off the Super Adaptoid. What about you?
It is not one I need for my shelf.
There you go. Simple as that. I wouldn't fit in a cube anyway, Rich. Wouldn't fit in a cube.
It wouldn't. It's too big. You'd be like hunched over.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit in a cube. Don't worry about it. Underneath that, we've got Thor and the Destroyer. Now, the Destroyer, talking about Marvel Selects, had a great Marvel Select. I think they had like an old Hasbro figure that wasn't technically Marvel Legends, but it was like a lesser articulated figure.
No, there was a Marvel Legend in the toy. It was like a figure swap in the Toy Biz Waves. I think there was a Destroyer.
Interesting. There's definitely a Hasbro one because I can see it in my head, but I wasn't sure if it was Legends or not. But either way, there are a couple of versions of the Destroyer out there, and the movie version is essentially the comic version anyway. But this is now an officially comic one coming with Thor. Yeah, I'm in on this because I need the Destroyer. That's as simple as that. Like, not super excited about the Thor, even though it's nice to have a different version of the Thor. But for this one, the highlight of this pack for me is the Destroyer, another Asgardian sort of villain for my shelf. You?
Yeah, paid for this one up front. This is one I wanted. So yeah, looking forward to this one.
Beautiful.
And it's moved up from July to June, so that's
there
good.
You go. So as you can see from Rich's list here, they were they've both moved up a little bit. Super Adaptoid was always due in June, but he's moved up a little bit. But yeah, July, that's a big jump from the 26th of July to the 16th of June. That's like over a month jump. So yeah, I'll keep an eye on those expected release dates from Hasbro Pulse there. So yeah, just a couple of weeks and that'll be in hand. But again, there are reviews online. People do have it in hand already. And then the last two we've got on here, due on the 21st of June and then due on the 24th of June, are both of the Spider-Man Gameverse figures. So you got the PS5 Spider-Man, but now it's on the Renew Your Vows body, completely pinless. And then you've got the Miles Morales Gameverse Spider-Man, which again is a re-release of the Gameverse one we already have, but now without.
And he's got a cat. He's got a cat
without the Build-A-Figure piece, but now with a cat, which is in itself a re-release, which in itself is a re-release of Captain Marvel's cat, Goose. So, are you in on any of them?
No.
Yeah. I think when the Spider-Man Gameverse Spider-Man one went up, I did put a pre-order in out of FOMO because that one I knew would go out of stock real quick. But I think it's still lingering in stock and. Yeah, people have definitely had issues with the price point on that one. I've seen videos online which make some great points, to be fair, which I think put me off it, to be honest. I don't need the Game of Us miles, though, as I already have the other one, so I genuinely just didn't need that figure twice. I've got a
and that was a good figure, to be fair.
It's a solid...
I mean, if you missed out on it, then it's a good one to get, because that was a really great figure.
It's a solid figure that goes... It went for a pretty penny on the aftermarket as well, quite quickly after it initially came out, because it was so popular. Easily can work as a comic miles, but it has got the texture on it, got all the interchangeable hands, including effect pieces as well as the unmasked head. So no denying that's a great Miles figure. But as I said, I already have the other one, so I'm not needed it. But like Rich says, if you missed out on that and you do want a Miles for the shelf, then absolutely go for that. Don't let the Gameverse tag put you off. You can fudge it into a comic display. Although I was about to say, I've got a weird rule with Rich where even though absolutely it can work as a comic Miles in the display, no problem at all. But in my weird psycho brain, I know it's technically a Gameverse representation of Miles. So I'd look at it on my comic shelf and be like, it's Gameverse Miles. I can't have it. So it's weird. Like I just can't do it to myself. Am I weird?
Yeah, quite weird, Dan.
I knew that anyway. That's all right. I knew that. And then after that, so that's what we've got due in June. Again, these are UK release dates, but I'm assuming the US also... this is UK Pulse, so I'm assuming the US Pulse also have expected dates that quite often change. So just go and check out your Pulse.
If you're in Canada, they're probably at your shops now. Go and buy them all.
You've probably got them in your hand right now talking about them. 7th of July, we've got the VHS... VHS Green Goblin and Mary Jane. Of course, I'm in on that, just for Mary Jane alone. Are you as well, Rich? Yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, 100%. Mary Jane in a yellow jumper and the Green Goblin, like 100%.
Yeah.
Best 2-pack they've announced so far for the Spider-Man waves, I think.
I just need to get Amanda a red wig and a yellow jumper, and I'm good to go. And that's what I need to get. I'll make it happen. Did I say that out loud? My bad. The Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack is also due in the UK the 10th. So that's what we were sort of talking about. In the US, it says the 6th of June. So you guys in the US that always say, we get everything first. Well, you're about to get the Spider-Man pack a month plus quicker than us, which is a desired pack. And then after that, you've got the Spider-Man Wave, which, to be fair... I may already have some reviews on the channel for. Just saying. So
not like some bragger, Dan.
just saying. And then you've got the rest of the Avengers sort of 60th stuff coming after that. So we'll talk about that when the time comes. But point is, lots of Legends come in June and July. So just start saving those pennies. But again, it's Comic-Con San Diego season. Lots of other toy brands, lots of other companies releasing stuff. It gets expensive this time of year. I was saying to Tom in a DMs earlier that like I genuinely put a little bit away each month into a little separate saving account. It's a toy saving account, but like I purposely make sure there's a little extra in there for these months. I even warn Amanda and be like, look, it's Comic-Con season. I may be going a bit crazy. So, because I get proper FOMO, I do like... Those NECA exclusives have sort of pre-built me into the panic that I'm not going to get everything, even though things are available for months after it. Sometimes cheaper, but I still panic in the situation. So,
well, I was ready for this month and next month. I had all my money set aside, little pile going on.
Yeah.
And then Capcom showed Cammy in a leotard. And now I've got a PlayStation 5 and Street Fighter 6 coming on Saturday. And I've got no money for the rest of the month.
Yeah, buying a PlayStation 5 may just bite into the hobby budget just a little bit. I've been fighting that off. I said to you earlier that my friends I genuinely only play Call of Duty a couple of hours a week if we're lucky. As adults, trying to arrange a time where everybody is available in between girlfriends and kids and dinner time and all of that shit is virtually impossible. So I'm not spending money on a PS5 for me to play 2 hours of Warzone if we're lucky a week. So I'm holding out for the time being. Otherwise, it would be a glorified Netflix player. But I'll get there eventually. When the PS6 comes out, probably be a discount on the 5. So maybe I'll wait till then. I do have a PS4 though for the time being. It's holding up. It sounds like a bloody helicopter when I turn it on. Literally,
those fans and
Amanda hears it on a different floor in our house. She's like, "You taking off?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm taking off. Yeah, Haslab's on the horizon as well as Hill phones. Again, expensive time. It is Yojo June. Again, we'll save the Joe talk for Legends and Liquor and Joe's and Juice. But There were some G.I. Joe reveals today as well, and pre-orders. 4 reveals went up for figures that we knew about. Let's be honest, there was no like brand new reveals today. Everything we've seen today we'd already seen, but it is nice to see them officially and be able to buy them if we want them. I've definitely went in for some bubbles myself. Trouble balls, some Arctic monkeys. No wait, that's a band. Some Arctic bats. So we'll talk about this on Legends of the Liquor, but some Joe stuff gets expensive. It is G.I. Joe June. They are available. I wanted to mention this on Star Action Figures as well. Annoyingly, G.I. Joes in the UK are a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. Nobody knows why. Literally, apart from the higher ups at Hasbro, nobody really knows why they've been made available at Pulse. Yeah, exactly that. But they've not really officially said anything. So going against the grain is the good old Star Action Figures. They are importing in the G.I. Joe classifieds and selling them for regular retail price rather than adding on the import charges. So bravo. We salute you, Star Action Figures, for helping out the G.I. Joe collectors, because otherwise they bottleneck the market. Everyone goes to Pulse. But to be fair, everything is still in stock. Last time, Big Ben and the Viper did sell out very, very quickly. I never even managed to get any Vipers, like 15 minutes after they went up. Oh, look, there you go.
Bubba just sold out.
There you go. Bubble's gone. It's just an example of exactly what we're talking about. If you bottlehead the market, this is exactly what's going to happen. Everyone in the UK who wants one's being sent to the same place, and now people are going to miss out. And you miss out on money because of it. So, I don't get it, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Oh, and the Arctics are gone. What did I say to you, Rich? Which 2 did I say would sell out today?
The Arctics and the bubbles. But obviously, if you want an Arctic back, get straight over to Star Action Figures and grab one there. Because obviously, the more money you put in there, it's going to show Hasbro that actually there's other places we can get them than Pulse. So if you are interested in an Arctic back, go and place an order on Star Action Figures. It's like $22.95. They're not charging you like an import price. They're not chucking £10 on. So definitely, if you are interested in that Arctic bat, go and place an order with Star Action.
It's actually cheaper than Pulse, because if you were buying one bat and Pulse and you didn't have premium, you'd be paying £4 plus for shipping anyway. So it's actually cheaper to buy your bat from Star Action Figures. It's a army builder though. The only sort of caveat on that is it's one per person, because they are trying to help people get this into collectors' hands. So
But this is the first one they've done this. There's a Facebook. If you go to their Facebook page, they explain everything. They are going to be getting more of the line in, and the rest of the June reveals they're going to be getting. And because they're not getting them from Hasbro directly, they've said like when they get them in stock, they can just show them off. They don't only have to play like the Hasbro reveal game as well. So keep your eye on Star Action Figures on Facebook. Definitely worth a watch if you're not watching them already. We might see some new stuff there first.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out all the independents in the UK, as always, keeping us collectors with figures in hand. But again, we'll talk about this more on Legends and Liquor, Joes and Juice. But as expected, those Joes already sold out on Pulse, and it's not has it been 2 hours or so? So yeah, sad times. But going back to Mr. Danyun. As I said, shout out Dan. We joke, but I do appreciate Dan's communication on Twitter, because without it, we wouldn't know much. We wouldn't know what's happening when. So, like, Dan's line of communication is appreciated, even if he does hype up certain things. He has said now officially that next Thursday will be the Marvel Legends Avengers Beyond Earth Mightiest Black Widow. So, I believe that one, Rich, is a Target exclusive, right?
Yeah, so over the UK, it should be everywhere. Cool. Hopefully.
So that one might be arriving sooner rather than later, right? Like, for us in the UK, if they put that up for pre-order straight away and we ain't got to wait for Target or play that game, we might be able to get that one relatively sooner. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That's one of my most anticipated, the full new, just to check out the fully articulated new female body, and they have picked the perfect Avenger to try it out on as well. Like, if there's any character that you want a super articulated female body for, Black Widow is in the top 3 at least, so yeah, I mean, you got to be in on her, a couple of her, maybe.
Oh, 100%. I'll be getting if it comes to alternate heads, because I think they said it's going to be like a classic head. I'll be getting 2 Black Widows. So nice. And as well, like, her costume, like, depending on like how it looks, we'll see when it's in hand, but it's just a black costume, so it'd be good for customizing as well if you're a customizer out there with a super articulated body. And hopefully it's one they will reuse in the future a lot, because this should be like the Sheik body was great, a great update on what they've got. But hopefully this one will be the next step. Now it gives them like another body that they can utilize And, no jelly legs for 2024.
Yeah, no.
Let's just end it. End it now.
Agreed. The Shriek body's great, and it's just it's a new body they can add to their library. But again, there's some female Marvel characters that are not like super articulated ninjas. Do you know what I mean? So there are some female Marvel Legend characters that don't justify the super articulation, but there are a lot of superhero characters that do. So it's nice to have options. So the Shriek body's great. It was a great upgrade, but we still need that little bit more articulation, and that's what this Black Widow is going to give us. I'm like Rich. I'm absolutely in with the multiple heads. Again, we recently got that Yelena Volova Super Adaptoid. Like, the figure was, the head sculpt's nice. What it represents is nice, but lackluster in articulation. Jelly legs as well, like Rich said, which are the bane of my collection. Like, I've got so many females that are just drunk, leaning over. People are like, what the hell are you doing in your collection, Dan? Like, giving alcohol to my female legends because they're all tipsy. Not as bad as Wonky Eye Misty Knight, though. She's out of it. She's been on something else, not just the alcohol, but she's on the... I think she's literally lying flat right now. I couldn't be asked to pick her back up. I think people are just standing on Misty Knight now. They've just trampled over her. But yeah.
Like, my shelves are like 90% female action figures and about 60% Hasbro female action figures. And it's because it's hot now because of the weather. It's like every night I just like hear like shh, like, oh shit, what's gone now?
Yeah. Domino effect.
Megan keeps falling loads.
I've got Megan on a flight stand because her hair's so big. I'll just prop her flight stand up under her hair. Yeah, she won't stand because it's just so heavy. Medusa was another one that I literally have, like, I think the glue tacked down because Medusa was falling over.
My Medusa is like been fine for years.
Oh, nice.
She's like at the back, but she's there. But the Megan now, I put Kitty Pryde in front of her, so every time
she falls, she
down,
takes her out. That's fair.
The chips are coming off Kitty Pryde's face. Oh, it's hilarious. Makes my morning.
Yeah, I'm surprised you still have a Kitty Pryde even on the display, but if she's getting beat up, that makes sense.
I've got two. Oh
my god, I can't believe it.
Got the Age of Apocalypse and the Age of Apocalypse Colossus, like dead.
Well, I guess for you it's like bittersweet because the teams wouldn't be complete without those characters. So like,
yeah, and I love Generation X the most, and they were the teachers in the Age of Apocalypse, Generation X. So I've got to put Kitty. And to be fair, that version of Kitty Pryde is the best version of Kitty Pryde. Age of Apocalypse, Kitty Pryde is the best because she dies after 4 issues, as all Kitty Pryde should.
In every time.
Happy Pride Month, everyone!
Kitty Pryde. Kill Kitty Pryde. So 60% of your collection is on the floor then, Rich. Yeah, so no, he says he's doing all right. No, he's doing all right. If Medusa's standing up, I'm sure he's doing fine. Jay says I had to get a fan in his room to try and cool it down. It would help if we were able to open a window, wouldn't it there, Jay? Jay has got windows in his room that he chose to block up, so he's had to find alternatives to get some breezy in there. What do you do if a fly gets in that collection room? That would stress me the shit out. I get woken up sometimes, like, if Amanda's left the back door open for Ted or something like that, and a fly creeps upstairs on the weekend, there's just fly that buzz, does my head in. So yeah, what do you do if a fly gets in your collection room, Jay? Like, you got no window to let it out of. You have to chase it around. SWAT, like just knocking. Imagine Cheeky Monkey Yara going into Jay's collection room with a SWAT and just blindly concentrating on getting this fly, but accidentally just whacking all these figures as it lands everywhere. That would be pretty funny to watch. Not gonna lie. Okay, so Black Widow's next week. Dan Yoon has confirmed. Thank you so much. He has also said, now let's hope he's not hyping this up too much, but he says June might get doughy. Get butter ready for the bread. How doughy are we going to get it, Rich? What level of anticipation should it be? Are we going to get new things we've never seen before? Are we talking about Thor, Gladiator Thor, Ragnarok, Hulk re-releases? What level?
I'm hoping it's the way with Kitty Pryde because I've literally got no money to bloody pre-order or anything if it is. But I can pre-order on like somewhere that doesn't take my money up front, and then I'll be okay.
There you go. So yeah, Dan, as I said, right at the start of this stream, I was saying that the 5 Marvel Legend waves that were revealed very early on in the year, including, and then as well as that, we've had different exclusives, different single pack figures, and then we've had the summer program on top of that. So we've had a lot of Legends, undoubtedly, a lot of Marvel Legends. But we're only in June. We've just hit the 6th month of the year, so we're approaching like the halfway point, and there's still another half of the year to go. And we don't know much. We genuinely don't know much. A lot of the stuff that's been revealed is in our hands or on our way to being in our hands. There's not a lot of new stuff that we know what's coming now. Of course, San Diego's coming up. Of course, Hasbro always do a great job. It's something I look forward to every year. is the panels. Like, it genuinely is. Even being in the UK, I'll stay up till 1 o'clock and just watch on my phone or something. Hopefully someone's holding their phone up, recording the panel for us. So we appreciate the people in the US that do that. But it's something I look forward to every year, is the Hasbro Marvel Legend panel for sure. So I'm expecting some reveals then, but there's got to be like some others sprinkled in as we approach San Diego too. So
we do overdo a new wave. That's what I think. I think there's got to be something revealed this month, like a full wave.
If we're going to go off history, and we can only go off history and past experience and actual facts, we usually get like anywhere between 7 to 10 waves a year, really, like Build-A-Figure waves. And we've had 6 waves this year, but 2 of them have been retro carded waves. So, again, we're due at least another 4 Build-A-Figure waves this year. Again, it's just going off past experience. Not saying that's going to happen, but going off the last 10 years of Marvel Legends, or probably not 10 years, but close to it, would you like another 4 Build-A-Figure waves? Now, going off certain lists or blurry images we may have seen, we know that there's at least a Disney Plus wave coming that we don't actually know every figure in that. Even the blurry images did not reveal what the Build-A-Figure is or particular characters in that list are. So there are still a few surprises in that.
There's a Marvels movie coming up, so I think we all know there's going to be a Marvels wave.
Yeah, and they do like to sprinkle in. It's not always a full movie wave. The Guardians was, for example, but Ant-Man isn't, for another example. So it's not always a full MCU wave. Sometimes they sprinkle some comic characters in there. The Marvels is a great opportunity to throw in some more cosmic characters. I know there's definitely some cosmic characters we need to fill some gaps. We've got the Starjammers. We've got
Hepzibah!
There you go, Hepzibah. We've got the Starjammers. We've got the original Guardians. We still need Charlie 27, Martinex, Hepzibah. What's his name? Razor is the other one, right? What's he called?
Razor Longknife.
Razor. So there's 4 cosmic characters we need to fill gaps in a collection. But there's many, many more. For example, like we could get who else did we want with Drax?
The Inhumans we need as well.
Yeah, comic Inhumans, new comic versions of like some more modern characters from the Guardians, like so plenty more opportunity for new characters to come out this year. Dan Yoon has already said that we will get who was it? It was another Starjammer. I think he said it's another Starjammer this year, or another Guardian this year, or something like that. He definitely said something.
Well, I think, wasn't the other Starjammer, though, he said when they revealed Crusade and then they revealed Chord? Isn't that what he meant?
No, it was after that. It's been more recent. It might have been another Guardian, maybe.
Well, we got Power Princess is coming soon. Rachel Summers
there
is
you
coming
go,
soon. There's
there
a
you
lot
go.
of people, Daniel, that says are coming soon. And, time is ticking on.
Yeah. But my point is, we've still got half the year to start to figure this out. So he said Power Princess. Thank you very much for Maximus. And also, Eric Alfred Abel is, of course, using the bum pirate emojis. And I will as well, Eric. I'm there with you. Bum pirates all day long. But I can't help but love Marvel Legends. I'm sorry about that. If I might buy a pirate hat, actually, to wear on this stream on occasion.
You should buy a Gladiator Hulk helmet. That's what you should get.
Yeah. That'll be the roleplay item they hype up for next week. But it's oversized, so it doesn't fit anyone's head either because it's Hulk head size.
It might fit us there, though, because we've got like big heads. It doesn't fit us.
True, I do have a big head. Yeah, Power Princess as well is another one he said was coming that we need to complete our Squadron Supreme after we've got those last 2 packs. If they reveal Power Princess, they're just going to automatically sell more 2 packs of Dr. Spectrum and Hyperion and Dark Hawk and Blur. Like, you automatically will sell more packs just by revealing that the whole team is available. Like, simple 101. So don't wait too long before you reveal that so people can backtrack. But yeah, lots of stuff this year. Anything you want to see, Rich? Just anything, like, just off the top of your head. Like, we always do wish lists and stuff like that. But just based off what we do sort of knows come in, or what may be on rumoured list out there. Is there anything out there that hasn't technically been revealed yet, but you think's on the way and you're looking forward to it?
Well, I would like some more love for the X-Men 60th anniversary. It's like, we got a 5-pack, we got a Rogue, we got a Blob, we got a 2-3 packs.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's not enough for you. It's not enough. You need
not enough X-Men. We got a full wave with the Chode wave.
It's not enough though, is it?
I want more X-Men. Give me the rest of Generation X. Give me my Pharaohs, my Wolves Bins. Let me build out the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Let me finish my Marauders. There's loads of X-Men teams. I could just have a year of X-Men and I'd be happy,
Look,
to be
next
honest with
year
you.
is Wolverine's anniversary, isn't it? So I think they're going to lean heavily into Wolverine's anniversary. I think. Is it 50th anniversary? Wolverine's?
50th anniversary, yeah.
Yeah.
I think definitely there's going to be something for Wolverine next year, I
Yeah.
would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely there will be. So, more X-Men are coming. And now the retro cards are definitely on the table again. There's plenty more characters as well that can be done on the X-Men retro cards. We could still maybe get a recreation of the Generation X card there, Rich. If that happens,
don't tease me, Dan.
if
Don't
that happened,
tease me.
Rich, right, for this particular team, would you buy two, one to keep, one to open?
I would, but I'd also be really gutted because they've released Monet now, so they're not going to do another Monet because she's
On
like,
that card,
it would be like, but we could get Penance, which is
Penance
technically
would be-
Monet,
yeah.
so that would make me happy.
Yeah.
I don't think they will do Generation X on the retro card. I don't think it's like as loved as it is by me and everyone else of like my generation. I don't think it's enough demand with like newer audiences, but I could see like an exclusive like 3-pack or a 5-pack or something like that.
They've recreated. Originally, they showed off Doom, and then eventually they gave us a wave on the Fantastic Four. More recently, they've done that with Ghost Rider. They gave us just one single Ghost Rider on that recreation card.
Yeah.
They haven't gave us a wave. That may be because of the Haslab went to tits up, but there could have been a potential Ghost Rider wave on the horizon. But all I'm saying is they're not afraid to just do a one-off card. So maybe you could just get a one-off version.
It's just with Generation X, so it's like which character would you do that? Because like
Who would you do? That's a question for you.
I would do Jubilee because that would be the one that I think would have the most appeal to everyone,
Okay.
wouldn't it? Would be Jubilee in a generation. Like she in the last season of the X-Men animated TV show, she kind of had the long hair look. And if you were reading comics at that time, Jubilee was in a Generation X red costume with a coat on it. And I think it's the most recognizable to people outside as well. So that would be the one I would do because you've already got Chamber and you've got Monet. But again, as well, like, I mean, Banshee is just blue. The Banshee we got in the 3-pack with like shorter hair and like a jacket. He was a jacket. And then like Emma Frost is in her full on like dominatrix with a whip in her hand, like a corset, leggings,
I like it
jacket
already.
on. But yeah, but
She definitely won't
but
stand on my show.
it's probably the most like covered Emma has ever been. But it's like, you know, she was a headmistress of a school. I don't think you can walk around like that these days.
If I was in that school, I wouldn't behave if she was the headmistress. And if she was the headmistress with a whip and I was in her school, yeah, I am being a troublemaker. That's all I'm saying. Phil Jones throws in the hippo emoji, which I appreciate. I don't ever think we're seeing a Marvel Legends hippo, unfortunately.
Hooray!
Look, that's not. We saved that hype for Gladiator 4 reveals. All right, keep that hype down. But I would love to see a hippo just for the gimmick, just for the fucking gimmick. Tac Talks with Film. Thank you very much for the super chat. He says first appearance X-Men would be nice, updated ones. So yeah, we haven't had. We got that 5-pack way back in the day. I think that was a Bobby Valor 5-pack where it had like the Beast before he was furry, etc. So and it had a original. Angel with his angel wings and stuff. So I know where 1/6 Shooter would love a more classic Angel, even though he'd prefer the sort of X uniform Angel. I think wouldn't he?
He'd like Shanna the She-Devil even more though, wouldn't he?
Okay. But yeah, X-Men are not going anywhere. They're well, Spider-Man and X-Men I think are eternal in regards to. You're not going to always see cosmic characters and Fantastic Four characters, or like again examples like the Eternals, Inhumans. Derek with a super chat, thank you so much.
Derek Jackson donated $5.
Thank you, Derek.
Sync is even on our X-Men team. Currently, we need him ASAP.
Sync is even on the X-Men team. Currently, we need him ASAP. And again, they're not afraid of doing modern characters. Just take that recent sort of Spider-Man retro card wave we just got with Chasm, who literally debuted about a year ago. You got the Miles. His costume was about, again, 2021 that debuted. So, like, they still throw in and sprinkle a few modern characters, which I don't mind at all.
I wouldn't want Modern Sync though. I'd want him in his Generation X costume to go with Monet. Because like Chamber, even though he doesn't have the Generation X trousers and belt, it works because he wore that in the comic as well. So he like fits with Monet. But you would need, I'd want Sync like to be like the male version of that Monet costume, like, you know, with the gauntlets, with the belt. That's what I would want, and fill that team out.
Yeah, no, they've got the Monet body now. As I said, they can just throw that figure out again.
Well, Husk is so easy.
That's what I'm
Husk
saying.
is literally like, I mean, like Jubilee is younger and is not as like developed as
She
Monet
still
is.
does she
but-
still have her yellow jacket too? Yeah, right. She does, right?
Yeah, she wears a yellow jacket, but she's younger than the other girls in the costume. So like Jubilee is like kind of like jealous of them because obviously like they've got like boobs, they've got muscles, they've got superpowers, and Jubilee is like still like the teenager, like geeky teen, like not the geeky teenager, but like like the outcast of the outcast type of thing.
In the chat, Adam says 90s Smart Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, that is 100% overdue. Like 90s Smart Hulk, I can't believe they haven't. Oh, and they love doing Hulks. All the different Hulks they've done. We need him like in a vest with like his glasses on. Like that's the Hulk that we need.
Yeah, we didn't really get a MCU accurate Smart Hulk either. I know it's not the same as comic, but we got a Hulk in the Endgame line. But it was like from the flashback of the New York scene. It just didn't really make sense. We need a more accurate MCU sort of Smart Hulk as well. I'll take that. Especially
but we got Ragnarok Hulk, Dan. That's the one that we all wanted. Yay!
My enthusiasm level's gone down as the shows went on, as you can see. I couldn't keep it up for the whole show, Rich. Couldn't keep it up. I know you don't want to talk about this, but I genuinely am very intrigued about the Haslab. So we won't discuss it. But if I had to pick something, I was not excited as word. I don't want to use the word excited because last year's Haslab nonsense was more stressful than anything. But I am curious. Curious is probably a better word. I'm intrigued. I'm curious how they approach it this year. Not only from what the item is, but also how are you going to approach this year? What's the target? How much is it going to cost? Are you going to do an early bird? What are the unlocks? Do we know from the get-go? Like, they've got to be learning and they've got to be trying different stuff after the last year.
Surely they're not going to do an early bird this year. Surely they've learned that lesson.
Because if it doesn't back, then everyone misses out on what they could have potentially had and you've instantly lost value. So yeah, just don't do it. Don't do it.
They need to come out this year and be like, this is what we're giving you. This is what you got. And like a normal Kickstarter, like the unlocks need to be things like an alternate head or a power effect or something like that. Don't like put like the 4 figures with it as extras. Like if they're going to include them, put them in your base offering and make the price like reasonable for people that want to back it.
It's very, very simple. And even if they can't, like for whatever reason, if they've got a limit where the whatever Hasbro say you can't do a Haslab if it's cheaper than 200 or whatever it is, whatever the price is. I don't think people ever had an issue with the price. No. Don't take me out of context here. Because my point is, people are willing to spend that much on collectibles. All right, like again, there's been other items that are even more expensive that people go in on. So it's not that collectors aren't willing to put down high ticket money. They need to see the value, if you know what I mean. So if it's another £300 item, or 350 item, whatever it was. But people are seeing the value, then people will put the money down. They will, like, do you know what I mean? The people who want to, at least.
It's just the whole idea when Haslab first came about. The whole idea with these like once in a lifetime like things that you wouldn't be able to get, they couldn't sell at retail, that you could only get by like backing it and then get it. Okay, which like makes sense. But it's like things have changed in the world. They've got Pulse now where they can do their own exclusives and sell direct. There's lots of different things. And it seems to be like, fair enough, like, so the Sentinel, the first time doing this big figure and selling it for that amount of much. Okay, fair enough. Then you did Galactus. Okay, but now you know, and you know the numbers for that. You know how many of those you can sell. So it's like, if it's going to be another big figure, my argument would be, why not just make it a Pulse exclusive where you can just say, like, in June, if it's Giant Man, this is Giant Man, this is what we want to give you, and it's in stock now. Like, that to me would make a lot more sense. Than they've seen, they know they can go to the numbers off it now, type of thing. But it's just like it doesn't seem like they've got like faith in the products, type of thing. And I know the whole design of Haslab should be that obviously it's like, oh, if it doesn't work, okay, well that kind of justifies the whole concept of Haslab, because they can say, look, this wouldn't have sold at retail because we couldn't even sell it like online to like whatever the Engines of Vengeance was put to. But I just think the world has changed so much, and it's just like, oh, I'm just over the whole crap. We've had this conversation. No, I'm like a broken record, and that's why I don't like. It's not that I don't like not talking about it. It's just like my opinion is this. My opinion is not going to change. If next year's item was a Generation X5 back, I still wouldn't back it because I'm just kind of over the whole concept. But that's not to shit on people who like it and stuff they want. You know, I've not like ignored the Haslab. I've backed 2 of them. I've got the Sentinel and I've got the Galactus, and they both cracking figures. But it's just like, that the world is different. My finances is different. I know I said that I bought a PlayStation 5 this week, but then I'm buying nothing else now for the next couple of months. It's like it doesn't justify it to me. I'd rather have like a couple of different figures for like $20 to $25, every month, get those rather than this one big item. But that is just me.
Of course, I've got. By the way, I'm not disagreeing with anything, and please, no one take my fucking comment out of context. People do that shit. When I say people don't have a problem with the price, I'm not talking about anything in specific. I was sort of saying that people are willing to spend big on this hobby. Is my point, right? The issue is value. Okay, so even if it was £1,000 Haslab. If the value is there, look, it's a stupid example, but my point is, if people felt like it was worth £1,000, people would be more enticed. Whether they can afford it is a different question, but my point is, I don't think it's the price because people are willing to put money down. It's just the value. You've got people that have to see the value. It's the high ticket items without the value is where people struggle to feel comfortable to buy it. And that's what the past issues have been, I believe. So, yeah. So, of course, price is an issue. I don't want to spend that much either. But if the value's there and I feel like I'm getting my worth, then I'll be interested. But we shall see. As I said, I'm intrigued. What it's going to be. We're all assuming it's Giant Man. If it's not, I'll be very surprised. But yeah, that's the sort of direction we're going.
It's something Avengers anyway. We know that.
It has to be. They've said it. They've already said. Yeah. It fits into the theme. It fits into the Beyond Earth's Mightiest theme. So it's Avengers related. So it's £1,000 Avengers Tower, but you get no figures with it. That's what it is, right? No,
I don't think that'll get many backers, but there we go. If that's what they want to give it a go, give it a go.
Yeah, just make sure the value's there, people, all right? I don't mind spending big on this hobby. Look at this fucking collection, all right? If it's something I will love, it's up to me to spend that money. I won't let anyone else tell me what I should do with my money, all right? And I won't tell you what to do either, but it's always fun to have this debate. So it's not a debate anyway. I agree with what Rich is saying. I'd prefer that concept, but we just know that's not going to happen, so sad times. Okay, £1,000 means Terradrome. Oh, look, £1,000 for a TMNT Terradrome. Do you know what? I wouldn't put it past Super 7. All right, we haven't even got our bloody turtle van yet. So, but yeah, G.I. Joe Haslab being announced next week. Do we know that for sure, Mike? Have they said next week? What we have got up here, so we can again, me and Rich basically try and only go off facts, right? We only like going off facts. So what we have here is what Entertainment Earth are putting out. Use code DanWho at checkout. Save yourself 10%. Free shipping over $59. It says on the 6th of June, we have something marvelous. So we know that is Tuesday, this coming Tuesday. So less than a week, we're going to get another Marvel reveal. What is it? We don't know, but it's Tuesday. We keep going down. We've got another G.I. Joe one, of course. There's a couple of G.I. Joe ones, to be fair, because it's G.I. Joe June. So yeah, G.I. Joe on the 14th. We had 4 pre-orders today, remember? So in another week or so, you get more. Scroll down, more G.I. Joes on the 21st. And then next to that, Marvel Legends underneath on the 29th. And it says, set your clocks. Our crystal ball is a little blurry, but we're sure to find this one when the time comes. Okay, so not really much in the clue at all. But again, lots of pre-orders there for G.I. Joe and Marvel. Again, assuming G.I. Joe, Jan Bod, Bring Toys to Work just shared an image. Oh, G.I. Joe live Haslab 5th of June. Oh, is there an image somewhere that I can grab to show on screen now? That would help, wouldn't it? Is it on Twitter or something? Let me look on Twitter. Someone tag me on Twitter and I'll pull it up on stream.
You got Daniel's page up. He's probably shared it.
I'm looking. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay, Mike Hex wasn't lying to us. I didn't think he was anyway, to be fair. But there you go. Now we know officially. Perfect timing as we're talking about the Haslab. Let's see how these are going to go into this full of confidence because of the last Hex tank, right? These guys are going to go in there.
Well, they've had 100% back so
this
far.
Is what I'm saying.
And the Sky Striker thing.
Yeah, those ones have struggled across the line because they've had to sort of add shit, and those ones crept across the line. But when it comes to classified, they've only had one example, and the Hiss tank is the quickest to fund. It got a lot of backers, like I think it is the record for the quickest to fund. And it
you say crept across the line. I'm sure Marvel wished that the engine of Avengers like crept across the line, and that didn't even bloody fund.
Yeah, no, that one didn't move. That one didn't move. The Sky Striker made it anyway. To my point. But my point is, the Joes are going to be confident moving into this. So I'm curious how they approach this one. Will they do a start, an early bird again? It's got to be a Joe item. What's it going to be?
A vehicle, is it? Or something,
yeah, of course it is. It's going to be land, sea, or air. Like I was trying to find out this week, but no one would tell me. People are assuming it's the helicopter, but I don't know. You didn't get a his tank. You're not into Joes, right? So no.
I would have not as a Haslab. I would like a Wolverine to go with my cover girl.
Yeah,
but fingers crossed it's not.
I don't think it will be. I don't think they give us cover girl separately, unless you get the blonde cover girl with the Wolverine, but even that wouldn't be accurate. So there you go. I've got it up, people. Thank you for sending me the link, but I got it up. 5th of June. So that is literally, Monday. Oh, shit. So we find out what it is Monday. Okay. We can have a bit of a Haslab speculation on Legend and Liquor. Maybe a little Joe's and Juice on Monday night. Tom, Mark, what you doing Monday night? Oh, shit. I was busy Monday night. Oh, no, I'm not anymore. Cancelling plans. Sorry, everyone. See, it's hard being a streamer. You've got to cancel plans all the time for streaming events like this. It's not hard, really. It's always fun. Always fun. It can't be a boat, says Mike Hex. He's already brought the Fortnite boat for $16.99 at Ollie's right now. So it's not the boat. We don't have Ollie's, though, so I wouldn't mind a boat. That
Fortnite line seems to be over, doesn't it? Everything is like gone. They're like £5 in game for like 2-pack.
The kids these days that like computer games are not buying the toys because they're busy playing computer games. These adult collectibles have to be aimed at people like us. We're in that perfect age bracket. Kids these days don't think toys are cool. They just don't. Sad times. They don't know anything though, these young whippersnappers. But it's true. The kids playing Fortnite, I want to play Fortnite. They don't want to collect the toys, so that's why that didn't sound.
My nephew got that. You know that Bowser toy that like smokes out of it. He loves that.
And
that was like after the movie. What's that?
Are they still young though, right? Under 10, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, under 10s, I think still fair game. But as you approach those 13 teenage years, they want a mobile phone and a tablet. That's what they want. Jay says he's going to stream Monday night. Jay, join me streaming. You can be a guest on Joe's and Juice if we make it happen. We'll make it happen. Craig wants me to go to the cinema with him on Monday night, so I'm basically cancelling on Craig to seeing Spider-Man. Poor Craig. No, I don't know what I'm doing yet, all right? I don't know what I'm doing, but I told you, it's going to be a busy couple of months as we roll into San Diego.
What are you going on a Monday for? Date nights on a Tuesday? What are you on about?
Maybe I've got a couple of dates. Do you know, like, it's fine. He said he'd hold my hand. It's fine. I'm happy with that.
Happy Pride Month, Craig.
Check the chat down. Okay, and we're good people. Okay, cool. So again, we don't want to overstay our welcome here. There has been a bit of a weird, slow week for Legends, and that's slow is not the right word. There were reveals, but the reveals just weren't for us. Let's just say, nothing new got shown. Nothing new technically got shown. Everything that got shown we already have or we knew was coming. So nothing new got shown. And
we had a busy week this week, so we couldn't make up a show. We thought, this big reveal's coming, we'll be fine. And then this is what we had to work with.
But please go and check out last week's stream that people have enjoyed. And I do appreciate the nice comments people send me about that. People getting involved in the comments as well with their missing characters. Last week we did do the top 10 missing characters for our Marvel Legends collection. As I said, it's on this channel right now. Nearly hit that 3K, which is pretty good for a live stream. So if you haven't seen last week's show and you're watching today, we do apologise about the lack of news. But go and watch last week's show. There was a fun topic that we got into. And of course, Turtles and Teas on there as well with a special guest, Nostalgia Unboxed. I go and recommend to subscribe to his channel too. He's on the up and up for sure. My review's on the channel too. But I do want to end today's stream by plugging one last time Legends and Liquor this week, all right? I've got lots of stuff to talk about. Spoiler alert, it may be Legion related, all right? So I've got Gargoyles, I've got Legions, I've got more Mayfex, I've got lots of stuff to talk about. So, lots of Joe stuff to talk about. We can have speculation on what the Joe Haslab's going to be. So, there you go. Legend and Liquor this week, people, all right? If you are a channel member at the Members Club tier, okay? Then hit me up. Hit me up with the DMs. I'm going to prioritise new people. So if you've never been on, please, this is the week. Hit me up. First week of June. Let's get in there with the summer hype and talk some toys with us this week. New people, please don't be shy. I've got new people. I've already got new people confirmed. But if you've never been on, come on before. Rich, if I can't get any new people, will you just come on like with a hat or something and just pretend to be someone different?
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for George. That's why I went on. George.
Okay, cool. Okay, George, if you're out there, mate, please come back. We miss you. Okay, cool, everyone. Thank you very much for today. Joining us for an hour and a half talking toys. Again, there's going to be plenty of toy news the next couple of weeks now, moving forward. Again, let the San Diego hype start. Rich won't be buying anything though. He'll be off busy playing his PlayStation. So add him up on PlayStation, and you can beat him at Street Fighter 6. That's the one, right? Street Fighter 6.
Yeah,
cool.
I won't be available the next 3 weeks because I'll just be playing that.
Yeah, there you go. If no one's in his seat,
I'll come in for a Thursday, right?
Cheers,
to catch up on the news.
Yeah, we give the news to you next week. Arvin says he's always working on the weekend. Oh, yeah, that is sad times. Arvin, there's going to be an inner circle this month, because it's June. It's the end of the second quarter. So we're going to do an inner circle in June, at the end of June. And I will make sure it's not on a weekend. It might be a Friday night. I hope that's okay. But it won't be a Saturday or Sunday. I'll make sure it's a Friday night. Yeah, I'll do a Friday night. There you go. And we'll get you on, Arvin. You can join us. Look, I've still got these next to me. Should we play these again, or should I find something else? Who knows? But it is a month for the inner circle. So if you want to be on the inner circle, where we basically don't talk about toys at all, we just take the piss, then get involved, all right? Greg said, if Trevor isn't on Legends and Liquor to talk Legions, and you cannot talk Legions. Yeah, shout out Cloud, who can't be on Legends this week. The 1 week I've bloody got Mythic Legion. So isn't poor Cloud, but I can't not talk about him. So yeah, Trevor may have to tag team in and come in. So we'll do it. Alt Mechanis says, my option on that 3-pack Spider-Man is that they are all the wrong shade of colours, and Toby's eyes look odd in some of the photos. Oh, sad times. Well, I need to sort of investigate the in-hand photos more a little bit myself, but the US will find out next week, as they're due on the 6th. So we'll probably start seeing an MCU Collector review next week. Damn you, MCU Collector! But anyway, I'm off. Rich,
tell him to remove the gauntlet. Let him know.
Yes, I will. Idiot. How didn't he know? Hands off, Spider-Man. Rich, where can the people find you online?
You can find me at Displayed Once on Instagram, or if you're on the PlayStation Network. I don't know what my name is anymore because I haven't played it for about 6 months. I will let you all know next week, and then I will beat your asses, Cammy.
There you go, done. Put it in your Instagram stories; they're always fun. Who did you rank as Sugar Girl?
I ranked the Spider-Man win by Sugar Bear members.
I showed it Amanda going, only Rich could do this. Pretty funny. Yes, please follow Rich at Displayed Once. Linked in the description as always. And I'll be back on Sunday for Legends and Liquor, okay? Hit me up on my DMs right now. Pick up your phone, message me now. I'll start writing a list, and I'll see you Sunday. Lots of stuff to talk about, lots of stuff to show off, and then lots of Joe news as well. So we'll start that. We'll have some pre-Joes and Juice talk on Legends and Liquor. So we'll get out of here. See you on the next one. As we get out of here, Rich, give them a word of the day.
Happy Pride Month with an I, not a Y.
There you go. Okay, because Y would be Kitty Pride. I see what you're going.
Never with a Y, Dan. Never with a Y.
Happy Pride Month from the comments, people. Comments, people. We always appreciate you watching until the very end. And if you write the word of the day, we know you didn't skip at the end. At the end's where we give you all the juicy goss. But we actually know what the Haslab's going to be.
What is it going to be, Dan? What was it going to be? There was about 10 different choices.
Yeah, well, they sent me the list this week for approval, and I was like, all right, Dan, if you need my approval, as long as I
have you signed the NDA? Did you sign there?
Not yet, so I can tell you.
You can say, you can tell us what it is.